What is up, YouTube? Let's shove off. It's time to do it. Another day, another dollar. But man, it's starting to get cold here. I don't mind the cold, but I don't like working in it. It just makes it harder to get up and move around, and everything's chilly, everything's cold. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyways, today we're gonna go and tear out an exterior door. Whoa, stuff's bouncing all over the place. We're gonna go and install an exterior door and storm door. Obviously there's an exterior door there already. There's already a storm door there, and we're gonna put a new one in. It should be pretty straightforward install. I looked at it. Doesn't seem like anything out of the ordinary, but every time I say that, something always happens. It always comes up, and then it ends up not being straightforward, but it should go pretty smooth. I've done a ton of them. I know what I'm doing. I'm good at it, so we shouldn't have any issues. But the good thing about this project is I'm only about 3 minutes from the house, so that's good. I seem to get less business though in my town versus the surrounding towns. It could be the way my website's set up with the SEO too, but whatever. Work is work to me. So we'll get over there. I'll show you the door, show you the storm door, and then we'll get going. All right, here's the door. It's the storm door and the main entry door. And I gotta do a little bit of build out on the inside for whatever reason. The wall's a little bit wider, so the jamb on the other side is not going to be even with it, so I gotta do a little build out around there. And then the only thing I noticed is the brick mold here is like perfectly tight to the siding. This is always a pain in the neck too, getting this stuff off, because it's on this. You gotta try to not hit this, and they got this like that stuff that's like hard as a rock. So we'll see how that goes, getting that off. That'll probably be the only problem. And then not damaging this little top piece of aluminum too, trying to get the door off. So sometimes, you know, you can't just rip the door out. You can see it's rotted down there too. Sometimes you can't just rip the door out. You gotta kind of take it off piece by piece and dissect it so that you don't cause yourself more problems and headaches later on. So we'll see how it goes. So here's something I've never seen before, but that's new to me. I've never seen that where they got drywall and then plaster over it. All right, basically what it's come down to is I've had to dissect this door, like I said before, and get this off. This stuff is hard as a rock, and the problem is you can't take like a multi-tool and run that through there. You know why? Because you'll cut right through this and you won't even feel it. So you can see I actually had to cut part of the brick mold with my knife in order to get this off, because this is like hard as a rock. I don't know yet how I'm gonna get this off. I'm gonna have to get creative and scrape it little by little, I guess, because I don't want to damage this, because there's no way I'm gonna match this color up. So this stuff is so hard to get off though. And the only thing that's going to save you, this is an awful knife, is a really, really sharp blade. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to be impossible to get all of that completely cleaned off of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape all that off as much as I can. And then once I put the new door in, since this is so tight against there, I'll put a nice clean bead of white caulk, and then we'll paint it, and it'll look perfect. Okay, door's all out. What I like to do is I always get all this cleaned up. I clean up the opening before I get ready to do anything else. It's just my thing. I just like to clean up all the demo and then get ready to put in the new door. So I'm starting with the clean slate. Sounds a little weird, but that's just what I do. So I'll show you guys what I did. I cut all this back, so now this is flush. I'm still gonna have to build this out, but I want to just get this out of my way so I can shim it properly and insulate that. And then on the bottom, the old door was sitting on this, and I can't really figure out why. But I don't want it to just rest on there. I need the brick mold being even with this bottom flashing piece. So what I'm gonna do Let's put this board in there, glue and screw it, and then I'm gonna wrap it in the stuff called Protecto wrap. All right, got the opening all waterproofed. Now, this spot right here, there's nothing I can do really. I can't curl the wrap around because it's got like T111 siding, cedar siding, styrofoam, vinyl siding. So I try to do my best to get in front of there and get as much of that tape on there as I can. You know, sometimes you can only do, you're doing the best. I'm doing the best I can do, basically is what it comes down to get it waterproofed as possible. And then what I'll do is I'll go into, you know, up at the top, and I'll put a bead of caulk in here and then around there, so there's no chance of a driving rain even getting back behind the brick mold. Ooh, I had a heck of a time getting this door in. Boy, oh boy, it surely was not easy. That's for sure. I got it in, but man, it's just a lot of finicking and messing around with it. It was hitting on this side, but we got it. There we go. Got it in, got it all shimmed up, screwed in. Gotta put that top piece of brick mold back on. She's in. Operates easily. So I was getting ready to put the storm door in, and I get it out of the box, and it's damaged. Go figure. So there's some damage up on the top there, which cracked the coating on there. Scratch there and here. Those are little light scratches, but so now that's going to set me behind because now I can't put the door in. So now I'm going to end my day today, and I got to come back. All right, guys, return the door. Got another one, and I've done this in the past, but what I did was I opened it up at the store because I want to make sure this one was not damaged. It wasn't. This customer chose an Anderson door, which I've installed these before, and actually it all comes completely pre-assembled. Even that is bored out, and you literally get the door in, set it up, and get a couple screws in, and then you work your way on both sides to get the rest of the frame on. I think the door is pretty comparable to Larson's storm doors, but Larson, you have to start from scratch to install the door. So you got to put the sides on, the side rails on, you got to put the door in, you got to bore the hole out. So that's a little more difficult. This is a little more easy. It shouldn't take as long as a Larson door. So it might be a little more of a pain for us when we're putting these in, but this says remove the clear protective tape if applicable. I don't understand why they just don't put it on every door, because I don't know how many times I've gotten a door and there's a little scratch here or a little nick there. It's like, man, just put that plastic coating on there so we don't have to deal with it. All right, guys, door's all in, and it took me literally about 23 minutes to put this door in because I timed it, which is it's definitely faster than a Larson door. Larson door, you got to put the rails up, you got to put one side of the door, hang it, put it on. I'll drop a link in the description below of my video of installing a storm door from start to finish. That's a Larson door. But this comes all together, whole board out, put the door in, screws into the frame. That handle is the only thing you got to put on. There's no strike on this side. The only thing that holds it in is just the way the railing is designed. And then you got to put the closer on, but the holes over here are pre-drilled. And that's it, guys. So it's definitely faster. I don't think the quality is as nice, though, as a Larson door. You know, the screen here, Larson, when it's a full view but with a half screen, that goes up and down. You can have it wherever you want it. This is either all the way up or all the way down. The gasket inside of there is kind of chintzy, but you know, it's still a nice door. All aluminum, 5-year warranty on the handle, and it'll last a long time. It looks good. All right, I'm getting the final coat on the door. I'm going to be done today. All right, that's it. Second coat is drying. It's looking really good. But it looks really good. I'm happy with how it turned out. And actually, it's the first time, I'll show you guys. This is the first time I've painted an entry door with this emerald urethane trim enamel, interior, exterior. and it actually, it's kind of hard to tell because it's still wet, but it actually lays out really, really well when it's dry, and it's an enamel, so it gives it like a harder finish. And I think I like it better than what I was using. I used Resilience before too, but I think I like this better, so I think I'm gonna use that from now on. But we got one coat of stain on there. That needs a little more work, so I'm gonna work on that. But for the most part, we're all done, guys. It's a rainy day today, but we got that job all finished. It turned out good. After I put a second coat of that stain on there and then let it dry and put some polyurethane on there, the color match came out much better. So now I'm happy with that. I wasn't at first. I'm like, oh gosh, this looks a little light, but turned out well. And the job went pretty smooth, other than a couple of hiccups that, you know, I wasn't anticipating. The 3 layers of siding, and then the storm door being damaged is another thing. So that held me up a little bit, but we got it taken care of. You guys know what to do. Give me that thumbs up, share these videos, hit that bell for notifications, subscribe to my channel, and we'll see you on the next video.